Good morning, everybody. So are you one of those doctors that thinks that you can't predict or influence your patients' referrals? You think you just get referrals naturally and there's nothing you can do about it? You either get them or you don't? Stick around for today's episode because we're going to be discussing that. I'm going to tell you exactly why that couldn't be any further from the truth. So welcome. Today is Coffee with Dr. Scott, is Water with Dr. Scott. Let me get to the question of the day first, and then I'll explain why that is. Today's question of the day is just a simple one. First of all, did you miss me? That's the first question of the day. I missed being here. Let me get to the question of the day, then we can talk about all that stuff. What was the best part of your weekend? What happened this weekend? Just give me one fun story about your weekend. If it was March Madness oriented, that'll probably be better for me because I'm super excited about this March Madness. It's been going great. So what was the best part of your weekend? Thank you for joining me here on Coffee with Dr. Scott, which again is water-based today. So, 3 things I need to go over with you there. One is, why am I drinking water instead of coffee? It was a tough decision this morning, I'll tell you. I am actually going to be doing a 5-day water fast here this week. I shouldn't just say water fast. I'm going to do a broth. I'm going to make a bone broth today as well. It just kind of popped up on me. We decided to do it with... This ties in with what was the best part of my weekend. My oldest daughter was here for the weekend, so everything was great about it. Probably the best part was making homemade pizzas for the first time. Kind of went off my keto, but we rolled out the dough and everything to make homemade pizzas this weekend. What did I do? Made homemade dough. I actually smoked a pulled pork all day long. We had a pulled pork pizza, barbecue style pizza. Oh, so good. So that was probably the best part of my weekend there, plus watching football, or not football, basketball. Second thing I want to talk to you about was, I forget, the water thing. So my oldest daughter, and hopefully she's not going to watch this, I didn't tag her in the video. If any of you have seen her, she's a very pretty girl, but she's got some acne, teenage acne that she's dealing with, so I've been trying to get her to try some nutritional stuff, and she eats very well. She eats very good nutrition. So we're just trying to figure out what might be going on before, she doesn't want to take any medication. She washes her face all the time. So if any of you viewers know something that can help, please let us know. But I told her that we should try a 3-day water fast. So I pick her up again on Wednesday for spring break, and I have her all weekend. So we're doing I convinced her to eat dinner Tuesday, then not eat all day Wednesday. I'll pick her up Wednesday, and I told her I would do a 3-day water fast with her just to see if that clears up her stomach, clears up her gut, clears up her acne. So we're going to take some before and after pictures and try that. And then when I was driving home last night, I decided, instead of doing it with her, I'm going to get ahead of her. So I started my fast last night at after dinner. So that would be 2 days into it when she starts. And that way I felt like I could be a better support for her. So for the next 5 days, no coffee for Coffee with Dr. Scott. Only water, but again, I will be making a bone broth today, so maybe I'll put that in a mug and pretend it's coffee for my Coffee with Dr. Scott. I see Tyler and Tammy and Taryn joining me. Thank you for joining me this morning. And again, just being back. I certainly missed doing the show the last couple of weeks. It's weird going through my normal routine and kind of come over here and I'm like, I'm not doing it today. So I thought about doing it a couple times, but I was like, you know what? It's a 2-week hiatus. I gave you a break for me. I took a break, and now I'm all fired up and ready to get back into the topics. I do see a couple comments coming through. Watching Kansas kick butt in the NCAA tournament, says Tyler. Great game last night. Like I said, I was driving a little bit yesterday, so I actually stopped, watched the first half, then drove home without looking at my phone or anything, so I could come and watch it on replay. And did not know that it was overtime, so I got really, really excited last night watching an overtime game. So, yes, it was a good game. Again, I'm not too much of a fan of anything, but I think I probably would have been pulling for Duke in that game. But great game overall, and Kansas will do great in the Final Four. So, Taryn played laser tag with several 9 and 10-year-olds. She was horrible, but it was so much fun. You know what? I haven't played laser tag since my oldest was young. I need to get the younger kids out there playing laser tag. I don't like them shooting guns. But anyways, yes, that would be great. So we're back on for the show, and we're really gearing up. Oh, that was the last thing I want to talk about. First of all, I see a few more people joining me. Best part of your weekend? Just put it in the comments down below. Again, we tried homemade pizza and it turned out fabulous. We actually did it on a smoker with a pizza stone, and it came out like a wood-fired pizza at home. We were so happy about that. So, so we are trying out a few new things with the show here, but we are getting into Referral Mastery, which I am super excited about. One of my favorite courses that I run, and one of my favorite topics overall. So we're going to be talking about that here in a second. We are trying to come back off the business page. If any of you remember, start of the year, we started going off the personal page because of some algorithm stuff. We're going to go off here for at least a week or so and see if everything goes. So make sure you give me a thumbs up. Let me know you're watching. A challenge. We've been talking about a challenge to add to this. Today, first of all, is kind of just to get back into a little intro to Referral Mastery and to get a little bit of information out of you. Somewhat of a survey if you want. So 2 questions of the day. 1, what was the best part of your weekend? 2, which challenge would you choose? I got some great feedback when I mentioned doing a challenge a couple weeks ago before I went dark. So we've been talking about it amongst the team, and we really haven't come up with an idea. Well, we got several ideas. One would be something technology-based. So getting everybody to do something technology-based, like either restricting your time so you can look at your phone, or making sure you put it down, and doing like a 30-day challenge on that. Somebody sent me a link to a 90-day challenge, which is really pretty intense as far as getting rid of obstacles to your growth and that kind of stuff. We could model something off of that. The second challenge that we thought about would be, money-oriented, which we could run on Fridays with a Finance Friday. And really talking about living as if you're poor. And I know that doesn't sound like fun, but it really is a challenge and would be fun at the end, I think. So we've played with it. We've done it before in the past, where you just go like a month where you make different decisions with your money. Things that you know you could buy, you just choose not to, at least for those 30 days. Even your food, you just pay more attention to it. Just save a little dollars here or there. It doesn't mean don't eat well, obviously. We want you to do that, but get all your nutrients and save some money. Don't go out so much. So it'd be like living like a pauper challenge. It's actually a lot more fun than we would think about it. So something technology-based, living like a pauper. The third one idea that I had was really just your one thing, whatever your one thing is. So everybody would kind of have their own thing, but we would just kind of walk through some series of sticking to that one thing. So it might be, for someone it might be losing weight. For someone else it might be, being more productive in the course of the day. For someone it might be technology. For someone it might be living like they're poor. And everybody would have their kind of one thing. And you wouldn't necessarily have to talk about it here on the show, although you might want to tell me personally. That way when I see you pop up, I would kind of know how to lead you. But we'd all kind of be doing it together. So it'd be kind of like a one thing challenge. So I would love your input on that. Put in the comments down below which of those 3 might be better for you. And give me a reason why. Don't just put A, B, or C. Say, let's do the living like you're poor challenge because of this. So let me know on those. Very good. So again, question of the day, what was the best part of your weekend? Second part of the day was which of those challenges would you be talking about? And let's get into Referral Mastery, because again, this is something that I'm very, very excited to share with you. We have a Referral Mastery course for my clients that they absolutely love. Really changes practices. I want to share it here on the show and talk about some of these points. In all reality, for me, referrals is the measure of success in your practice. When I look at practice statistics, and I look at a lot of them, just got back from tour. Last week I was out in Salt Lake City and Boise and Denver, and met with a few doctors out there, and it's the same stuff I see. When I ask the question, like, where do new patients come from, I almost always get the same response that, I get a few referrals, a lot of word of mouth, and I'm like, well, is there anything you do to encourage those? Are you just good? They go, oh, no, we're just good. And that's great. I'm so happy you get referrals just because you're good. I'm so happy your patients like you. But if we're not doing anything to help manufacture those, if we're not doing anything to encourage referrals, and that does not mean the old style of, I know a lot of chiropractic consultants who say, how do you get referrals? Well, you ask for them. No, that's uncomfortable. That's I shouldn't say that. You still should at certain times. But really, we need to put systems in place where referrals are natural, but because you created them, because you manufactured them, but they still happen naturally. The patient still wants to refer to you. And that's something that I really want to work on here, because I will tell you, if you can systematically generate an unlimited number of referrals, which is possible, trust me, I've seen it. And I know you're thinking I'm nuts, but trust me, I'm not. Well, I might be, but not in this case. I see it. Like I said, a lot of doctors think that they can't predict or influence a patient referring them to others. And we talked about in perfect case acceptance. I said that was part of perfect case acceptance, was not just getting that patient to accept your entire case, but then to run out of your office, grab people, drag them in the office, and bring them in pre-sold. So we're kind of adding on to that now and talking about getting limitless referrals. So if your practice can handle 40 new patients a month, 50 new patients a month, you should be able to fill those with referrals as opposed to having doing any kind of marketing whatsoever. And it is possible. And I know everything out there that I see on Facebook is all these gurus telling you how to get more new patients from Facebook, how to get more new patients here, how to get more new patients here. They're all promising you all these new patients. And I can tell you that you can get them yourselves. You can get them naturally. You can do it from the inside out. And you're going to be in a lot happier place because of that. I do see a comment coming through. I can get that in a second here, Tyler. So we want to be able to fill your referral mastery, and having success in that would be filling your new patient slots with referralized new patients. And again, it doesn't mean occasionally you won't have to do a little marketing here or there. You should always keep your name out in the public. And I know when I owned practices, we had very, very high referrals, but we always had a couple marketing ideas on the shelf. And if we looked at it halfway through the month and we weren't halfway to our target, we would pull those off the shelf and run them real quick to make sure that we hit our target. But referrals is the first place you should look, and unfortunately, it becomes the last place for most doctors. They want to do all this Facebook marketing. They have all this shiny object syndrome. They're looking at all these cool things they can do that bring in new patients, but then they don't referralize them anyway. And I'm going to tell you, no matter what marketing you do, if you're doing marketing, good on you. You should be. But you're getting half the value out of that marketing if you don't know how to encourage referrals afterwards. Now, if you go out and do some Facebook marketing, you get 20 new patients, or as they like to call them, leads, which is, I don't really enjoy. But if you get 20 new patients, you need to be able to turn that into 40 new patients with great referral programs. And that's what we talk about here in Referral Mastery. Basically, everything I'm going to share with you over the next several weeks boils down to this principle. Your patients want to refer to you. Your patients have a natural desire to share good things. Your patients want their experience to be with you to be so fantastic that they want to share it on Facebook, that they want to tell other friends about you. They want that. They come into your office predisposed to referring to you. All you've got to do is not screw it up. And I'm going to show you how not to screw it up over the next few weeks. I'm going to show you how to take that natural desire and turn it into an advantage for your practice. So that's what Referral Mastery is going to be all about. And that's what we're talking about, I think, for the next 6 weeks. We're going to be going through step by step how to get more referrals in your practice. And again, how just not to screw it up because your patients want to refer to you. So stick around for that over the next few weeks. Again, I'm going to be drinking water here for the next 5 days at least. I know I've gotten a few email responses when I talk about Coffee Dr. Scott that says I should do that all the time and I should get off coffee, but I would love to hear your thoughts about that as well. Let's see here. So, Tyler, I got so many places here. Tyler says, the one thing challenge, spring is starting, is a good time to make some changes. Like to clean up the nutrition, lose some of his dad bod before summer. I like that one. All right. It's kind of where I'm leaning to. I don't think the Live Like a Pauper is going to get a whole bunch of votes, although it actually is a good thing, especially at the end of the month when you look back and you're like, where did all this money come from? Because you didn't spend it, and that's actually key. We could even run a couple inside of it. We could run one on a Monday, run one on a Friday. Anyways, if you're watching this on a replay, please answer the 2 questions. 1, best part of your weekend? And number 2, which of those 3 challenges would you most like to see happen? Something technology-based, either reducing your technology or being smart about it. 2, money-based, and that would really be less spending for 30 days, really focusing on what goes in, what goes out. or 3, the One Thing Challenge, which we have a vote for on that. Oh, we have 2 votes on there. So, anyways, share those in the comments with me down below. Please stick around with me for these next 6 weeks if you're a chiropractor, especially because this referral mastery stuff has changed practices that I've worked with, and I'd love for it to do the same for you. So everybody have a great day out there. I will talk to you tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., and I will be drinking my water, not my coffee. Talk to you soon.